Hey everyone, it's Scotch Korean and welcome to an episode of Feed the Beast. I'm going to be showing you how to set up an early game power source, which is lava. That's why we're in the nether. And I'm going to mention that this world is, it's not old, but I've been playing on it a little while, so I've got some advanced things. But I'm going to be relocating my base, so while I'm setting up the new base, I'm just going to show you guys how to build some stuff and hopefully it'll help you out. So here we go. Okay, so the easiest way I've found of getting lava in the nether is with a pump from Buildcraft, which is really easy to make early game, and I'll just show you the recipe for that. It's some wood, not wood, what? You're gonna need wood, I think, for the gear, but it's just some iron and redstone, and then a tank, which is just glass. And then the only thing needed to power this pump are 4 redstone engines. You don't need 4, but they're so cheap, it speeds up the process. And those are just wood and a piston. I'll show you those real quick. There they are. So yeah, so just wood, piston, and glass. And just to power those, you just give them a redstone signal, and they'll get going. So those were pretty inexpensive to get. I'd say the hardest thing to get is this ender tank, because it does take blaze rods, and those are kind of hard to come by if you're early game, because you don't really have that many like good armor yet, and sometimes blazes can be tedious to kill. So but just 4 blaze rods and an ender pearl. This is going to be your hardest thing to make out of this whole setup. So next thing you're going to need is a chunk loader, and you only need to load it for 2 chunks, by the way, because this pump will pull like load chunks to pull lava in and then unload them. So it'll just be a little easier running on your game if you don't have that great of a computer, because keeping chunks loaded kind of bog down your computer. But this just takes a few diamonds, obsidian, and an ender pearl and gold. So diamonds, I mean, most people are going to have 2 diamonds that they can spare for this. So this is your basic pump setup, and we're going to go to the overworld to set it up in our new base, and I'll meet you there. Alright guys, I'm at my new base, and this is where I'm going to start setting up shop now. So we set up the way of getting lava, and I forgot to mention you need 2 ender tanks, one to obviously get the lava from the nether and then transport it to where you need it to go. I've set up a spot where I want the lava to go, because you're going to need to store it, and I am choosing to store it in a railcraft tank. They are iron tanks, so they just take a little bit of iron, and I've got, oh, not those yet, created this cool backpack from Project Red. It's actually really nice extra inventory to use, so I just use that to keep all the things together for what we're doing. So I'm gonna put my tank right here. You don't have to use it as big as mine. I'm choosing a 5x5 because I don't know, it's a good fit to me. So that's just what I'm going to do. If you don't have the resources to do that yet, then you can always go smaller. I think it tells you the sizes you can use. Yep, there you go. You can use any of those sizes. But I like storing a good amount of lava, so that's why I'm just using a 5x5. Alright guys, I just went ahead and finished building the tank. I used the iron tank gauge for the front so we can see inside of it. I don't know if I mentioned, I can't remember. The iron tank walls, the corners of this tank have to use the iron tank wall, so like it has to use the corners of it, can't be any of the other stuff. So like this, like it has to, the frame of it has to be the walls, and then the inside walls can be the glass or the valve. So you can't put a valve on the frame, it has to be the iron tank wall. But that's it, and I've cleared a spot so we can go drop our ender tank down in. So I'm just going to put that right here. And then you see it's not importing any lava in here, and you're like, oh no, why is that? You have to click this little nozzle thing to orange, which is output mode, and there you go, it's filling up. So that's all good to go now. We have our lava, and let's just fill this in so we don't get any crazy spawns or anything like that. We don't want any zombies moaning at us. Alright, and that's looks good to me. I think that looks nice right there. Yeah, that looks cool. And then over on this side is going to be all of our like where we produce the power, like turn lava into some good old power. And what we're going to use for that, let me just go put these back in there. What we're going to use for that is magmatic dynamos. I'm just call them engine. I think they used to be called engines. But you're going to need some magmatic dynamos. I'm going to go kind of overboard with this because I have the resources and I just, I want it to look cool. So this is more for aesthetics purposes. You don't really need this many, like I said. I'm just doing this for me. Because if you're early game using this, you might only need one or two. Who knows how many you need. But and you need fluid ducts and some energy conduits. You won't be using redstone ones. You'll probably use leadstone ones. So either leadstone or there's 3 tiers of them early game. This is your first kind, then your second kind, which uses Invar, and then you have the redstone ones, which I'm using, and then the fluid ducts. You can make you can't make those yet. You're going to be using the opaque fluid ducts, which is just copper. So, and then eventually you can use the ones where you can see the liquid going through it, which uses hardened glass, but you can't make that yet. So that's what we're going to be doing right now, and I'll go set this place up to drop in the engines and start creating some power. Alright, I've cleared out where I want to make power from all this lava we're going to be getting, and I think I mentioned the magmatic dynamos. I don't think I showed you how to make them. I know you probably can look it up yourself, but just some Invar and silver. So they're pretty they're not simple there. That's why you should only build 3 of them, like I was saying. Like 1 or 2 will do you good, but I had a bunch of Invar, so that's why I'm doing this. And let's actually get into bat mode, or morph, so we can get into here and put these fluid ducts down. Right now I'm just going to put them down here. I might have them where you can see them through the floor eventually. I don't know. Maybe I might do that between episodes. But this is that valve we put in, and since it's on the bottom 2 layers, the lava just comes out. We're just going to run this over here like so, and then we're just going to plop down some here. Then we're going to run these through here, and then I don't want to do this like this, I think. And then, is that right? No, that's not right. Let me get this back up. Oh, I actually want them to be touching each other. So, like this. Then like this. And then we're going to have 4 more on each side. I actually have some spare. That's cool. I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but I might find something to do with them in the future. And then once we connect this up, these should all be... There we go. And now let's take the conduits we were talking about before, and I'll cover these holes up with some hollow panels in between episodes. I just want to get it working. Okay, I finished putting in the conduits for these magmatic engines, and I have a cell placed down for storing all the extra energy we get that our machines don't use, but we don't have any machines yet because we haven't gotten there. This episode's just on the power, so we're just going to take these and run it through this little hole over here, and I'll clean this all up. What the hell? I'll clean this all up and like put covers on stuff to make it look nice in between episodes, but we're just going to run it right here so you can't see it. And now let's see how we get out of here. There we go. And we're not going to be able... I'm going to put cover over there and all this stuff. So now you should be getting power to your energy cell, and if you set that up correctly, then you should have loads of power to last you throughout your Feed the Beast world. And I'm just going to put some clear glass on this to make it, I don't know, look kind of cool as like a floor design. That's what I like doing with these engines, because they look cool. And since this room's kind of small, you know, I'm kind of trying to be compact with it. But that is the end of this episode, and me showing you how to get lava and make some engines from, and that will use that lava and turn it into energy you can use for your machines. I hope you learned something this episode. Stay tuned for the next one. We're probably gonna go into some thermal expansion and other things I don't know yet, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.